Hello everyone. Thank you for purchasing IntuCAM 45. IntuCAM 45 is a non-mydriatic and mydriatic fundus camera. For non-mydriatic mode, the minimum pupil size required is 3.5 millimeters. Some of the features of IntuCAM 45 are: its field of view is 45 degrees. It is high quality imaging because of the high quality sensor that is used. It's an indigenous system design. You have features like image annotations and customized report generation as well. Your main advantage is you also get a telemedicine enabled software, thereby giving you email and print support for all reports. The device uses very low power for running and its ruggedness makes it more portable. Hello everyone. Thank you for purchasing IntuCAM 45. Today we will demonstrate how to do retinal imaging using IntuCAM 45. Retinal imaging in IntuCAM 45 is a 5-step procedure. Number 1, patient registration, followed by patient positioning, then live imaging. We move on to annotations after that, and finally report generation. Today I will demonstrate how to use IntuCAM 45 as I screen one of my patients. Come in. Now I will explain how to open the IntuSoft software and register the patient details. On your desktop you will find this IntuSoft icon. Double click on it. The application will open in a couple of seconds. Once the application starts, ensure that both the camera and the power is in green. It indicates that both of them are powered and functioning. In case any one of them is red, please check your connections again. Now, because it's a new patient, I will click on the new patient tab and a new dialog box like this will open up. As it is a new patient, I will click on the new patient tab and a dialog box like this will open up. Here you can enter the patient details. You can see that MRN, first name, last name, gender and age is mandatory. The other fields are optional. Now I will register this patient. First I enter the MRN, the patient name, his last name, gender and age or the date of birth. Now I will click on the save button. We see that a new patient has been registered here. And now to start the consultation study, I click on the new consultation tab here. And we will see that another consultation study has opened up. In case the patient is coming for a follow-up, we can see that the patient already be registered here. All we have to do is just click on the new consultation tab to create a new study. Now I will click on add images that will take the camera into the live mode. Going back to our flowchart, we are now done with the patient registration. Now we will move ahead to patient positioning. While doing the patient positioning, it is very important to explain the entire procedure to the patient so that he or she feels comfortable throughout. First, we will have the patient put his chin on the chin rest provided here. Before that, ensure that the device is in the backmost position. Once the patient places his chin rest, press his forehead against the forehead strap and ensure that the patient holds the stand on these handles. Ask the patient to continuously look at the red light here without moving his eyes. You will see a small black ring on the stand which is called the canthus marker. Ideally, the patient's eye should be in line with the canthus marker. In case it is not, please do adjust the height and align them. Once it is done, align the external fixation, and if you are examining the right eye of the patient, tell the patient to look at the external fixation light with his left eye and vice versa. It is always better to tell the patient that they will be experiencing a small flash when we capture their image. Now coming back to our flowchart, we are done with step 1, that's patient registration. Step 2, patient positioning. Now we will move to step 3, that is imaging. This is the live imaging screen of the software. Now I will explain the layout and the different options available here. To capture the patient's image, you have 3 options. You can click the image by either clicking on the capture button here with your mouse, or by hitting the space bar on your keyboard, or by using the joystick trigger button provided on the stand. Next is the OS and the OD options that you see here. This is automatically detected by the system, so there are no manual selections. We will now move to live intensity. With IntuCAM 45, we use infrared light for navigation and viewing, and this can be controlled by the live intensity option. You will see a grayscale image. To increase or decrease the intensity, you can either press the buttons here or use the knob provided on the power control unit. The next is the capture intensity. This controls only the flash or the white light that is used to capture the image. To set the capture intensity, please use the recommended settings provided by the software for both mydriatic and non-mydriatic mode. However, for non-mydriatic mode, please ensure that the room is a little dark to enhance natural pupil dilation. At any point in time, if you want to go back to the patient records, please click on the records button here. To start imaging, bring the camera to the backmost position. Make sure you can see the entire eye of the patient in the screen. Align the white center dot with the pupil of the eye, and then start slowly going inside the eye. Keep navigating inside. You will see the retina, and if you go a little further, you will find a white ring on all sides of the retina, which indicates that you have gone inside a little too far. Slowly come behind, and if you come a little too behind, you will see a black ring all around the retina. Carefully adjust such that you can see the complete retina without the white or the black ring, and the whole retina is uniformly illuminated. Once the retina is uniformly illuminated, you can start focusing the image. You can use one of the small blood vessels near the optic disc as a reference. To change focus, use the knob provided on the device on the left hand side. On the screen, you will find a small bar that indicates the diopter range. If it is exactly at the center, it means that it is at 0 diopter. Depending on the patient's eye, you can either go towards minus or plus diopter and get the image into complete focus. And then capture the image. Now I just captured the right eye. What I will do now is capture the left eye as well. So I will move the external fixation light onto the other side of the device. Ask the patient to see the external fixation light with his right eye and capture the left eye. We are now done with step 3, that is imaging. We will move on to the next step, annotations. Here I will demonstrate how to annotate the images. Once we have captured the image, we have different color channels for better clarity. For choroidal layers, we can use the red channel. For better vascularity, we can use the green channel. And for optic disc details, we can use the blue channel. To come back to the color image, press on this button. Once you capture the image, you can increase the brightness of the image by using these buttons. You can either increase or decrease. And similarly, for contrast, you can use these two buttons. There is also a zoom magnifier option available in the software in case you want to find small lesions and show the same to the patient. To enable this, right click anywhere on the image and you can navigate around the entire image. To increase the magnification factor, use the scroll button on the mouse up or down, and to exit, right click again. Another way to access this would be using the zoom magnifier button here. Click on the button and navigate anywhere on the image. To export the images to a pen drive or other memory devices, click on the export button here. A new window will pop up. Click on browse. Here you can select where you want to save the photo. I'll select a particular folder. Then click OK. In the next drop down option, select the format in which you want to save the photo, maybe JPEG or PNG or BMP, then click on OK. Now I will demonstrate how to add annotations to the images. To go to the annotations window, click on the add annotations button here. One option available is drawing a circle around the lesion using an arrow mark to indicate it, and you can mention your comments here in the side window. In cases, you can also use a square to indicate the same. Sometimes when you want to mark hemorrhages, retinal detachment or any other pathology, you can use the free draw option. Click on the option here and mark the particular pathology or hemorrhage and mention your comments in the side window. Once you've done all the necessary annotations, you can save the annotation by clicking on the save button here. This creates a copy in the software. You can also print the same using the print button and hand over a copy to the patient. Now I will demonstrate how to measure the cup to disc ratio for glaucoma analysis. You can click on the CDR tool button here. First, let us mark the disc. For this, click on the add disc options and mark the periphery of the disc. For finer adjustments, once you have marked, you can click on the move points option and individually move points to adjust the circle. We will now move and mark the cup points. For this, you can either use the green channel or blue channel for better clarity. Click on the add cup points option. Mark the periphery of the cup. Then click on measure CDR for the CDR values. We can see that the cup disc measurement values have been populated in this table, and we can also see the ISNT values. You can leave your comments in the dialog box below, if any, and save the CDR measurement by clicking on the save confirmation button. You can also print this particular page and hand it over to the patient for further follow-up. Now the last step, report generation. Here I will demonstrate how to write your findings, print the report, and file it as a patient record. To generate a report and hand it over to the patient, you can select the images from the thumbnails here. You can select one, and to select more than one, hold the control key and click on the images that you want. I will now select two images and then click on the new report button here. It opens another dialog box with the report template. Here, if you decide to add one or two more images, you can click on any of the images here, select the other two images and then click OK. We see that all the four photos have been generated on the template. You can change the orientation of the print from landscape or portrait. You can add the necessary comments here, and then you can either print or save the report into the system.